This is absolutely Essendon. It is round 8 and we are playing at the Port Power and we are sitting at 4-3. Port Adelaide have got themselves a nice little cosy spot in the 8. They're going along really well, and it's been some time since we have beaten the Port. It's been since 2018.
That recently?
The most recent occasion.
God.
Refer to the recent video for
I think
for
they've
that
had
gag.
the wood on us for quite a while.
They have. And in fact, the last time they played us, it was embarrassing.
Right.
They beat us by 84 points.
Oh, God. That's right. That was a part of the Ben Rutten farewell tour, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Everyone had checked out by then, I think.
Yeah.
Most people had checked out.
It was a memorable farewell. I think he lost the week after by about 10 goals as well. So, anyway, lovely man, beautiful guy. Love him.
Yeah. You always throw in that qualifier.
Well, you've got to. You can't just lay into someone and not leave it with something, a little sugar on it. So,
yeah, that's all right.
So Port Adelaide.
Yes.
Do we call them that or Port Power?
Port, I don't know. Can you...
Owners of the worst club song in the league.
I was about to say, can you sing 2 bars of their
We're
song?
the power to win, the power to whatever.
Oh, mate, that's more than I had.
That's all I know.
I really thought I was throwing you under the bus.
I have no idea what the Gold Coast Suns sing, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we're going to do an episode
on to matters more
on all the theme songs. Anyway, they are doing very well at the moment. I think they're exceeding expectations, even though there's people over there in Adelaide saying the coach needs to go. Hard markers.
I mean, to me, Ken Hinckley is like that favoured Catholic priest you had when you were a young boy. The way his players respond to him, it's nothing but love.
Oh, God, I thought you were going in a totally different direction there, man.
What possible direction?
But
his players love him.
Yeah, they do. He has a lot of quiet whispering in the ear down on the boundary
Have a
line.
look at Jason Horne-Francis, that poor kid, he's being booed for just putting on a jumper.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of father-son moments going on there.
But
it's touching.
That's why I said
it's touching.
Catholic priest. That's what father.
All right. Okay.
I have sinned.
When you say that, most people don't think of it that way.
I have no idea what
days.
you're talking about.
All right. Okay.
So moving on.
So that's what's going on there, and the bookmakers have got them as very firm favourites, as they did Geelong against us.
Yep.
Proved to be correct, as they did in the
hard to
Collingwood
frame
match
the market,
against us.
Really, is it? I mean, there's form there. If you're looking at the racing guide, I'm not sure what conditions we run well in.
Yes, well. But, with Collingwood, they had them as the firm favourites. But, we had our moments. We
we fell behind the leading pack in the last furlong against Collingwood.
We did. So we're now at a point where we really need this match. Boy, do we need it.
So just on this issue of Essendon falling behind or missing their mark, and if we look at the 3 games that they've lost this season.
Right.
There's
Melbourne, Collingwood, Geelong.
We beat Melbourne.
Oh, no, sorry. St Kilda.
Yeah, correct.
Apologies.
It's easy to forget after the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
St Kilda, Collingwood and Geelong.
Yes.
There's been a disturbing common denominator in each of those 3 games, and that is one diabolical quarter of football by us.
That's true.
So we look at the St
Kilda... total switch off.
Yeah, so St Kilda got off to a great start in their game.
Yeah, they got the jump on us.
Yeah,
big
5
time.
goals for before we'd even scored.
Yep.
Collingwood, we all remember, stormed home with 7 goals to I think we kicked 3 behinds in that last quarter.
Yeah, went missing in the last quarter.
And then first quarter against the Cats, same thing. They kicked 6 goals through before I think we'd even scored. I think we kicked 2 goals for that quarter. So those 3 losses, it's all about how our team has to learn to grow and become better at managing those periods of a game where the other side's getting that run on. And that to a large degree comes down to experience. Having the players in there who know how to rally the troops, so to speak. So,
true. Because Geelong has a lot of mature players there.
Absolutely. I mean, look, if that happened to a Geelong or a Collingwood, Collingwood have got the Pendleburys and the side bottom, City Batomes.
Yes.
That's the nice way of saying it. City Batome. There was a side bottom who played in the competition many years ago for St Kilda.
That's right.
And they're from Western Australia, and their family used to prefer City Batome.
City Batome.
Yeah,
really?
Less gags.
Right.
Anyway, moving along.
You just made that up?
So this week we've got to keep that in mind. You know,
Yeah,
there's this
right.
getting 4 quarters. If we lose, we lose, but at least play the 4 quarters.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yes, that's true. They have been switching off. So that's what we want to see. So we're playing on the Sunday. I think just after lunch. And so the ins for Essendon thus far, final squad not named, of course. You've got
we go to air.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alwyn Davey Jr. Right?
Yeah, great in. I mean, I'm glad. You've got to persist with this kid, honestly.
Yeah, okay.
I know he hasn't set the world on fire, but you can see little glimpses, little cameos that shows what a quality player he can be.
So this will be the first time he'll be playing with Waller.
I think
forward,
so, for a full game. I think
Yeah,
Waller came on in the first round when Davey was in the
all right,
side.
okay. All right, so
From memory,
there's a bit of overlap.
Little overlap, yeah.
Dyson Heppel back in.
Yeah, look, that's going to cause a little bit of contention amongst the Bomber faithful. I mean, there is definitely a group that's for Dyson and a group that's against him.
Right.
I talked about experience and how we probably lacked that last week.
Yeah.
I know Dyson's had patchy form and, you know, he's kind of butchered the ball a few times, but he's not the only one who's done that.
But he does bring that.
He does bring that experience.
You're right.
And I think on the road, you know, travelling over to Adelaide, it really helps to have a guy who's sort of seen it all before.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I'm not too against that selection.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, good. Well,
Do you agree?
I'm sure he's breathing a massive sigh of relief.
What about Dyson? I mean, is there a thing with him having cut his hair? You know, maybe he's lost his superpowers.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's.
Since he did
I think it's a I think it's a thing.
He did it for charity. To be fair,
he did,
and he raised a lot of money.
But there's no doubt that the number of possessions ever since he cut his hair just dropped dramatically
per dreadlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he may have time to grow that back before he's out the door.
I'm wondering if he's thinking about regrowing. It's going to take some time. But anyway, then you've got
moving on.
Jai Menzies.
Yeah, Jai. Look, I mean, again, we don't know if he'll make the cut.
Right.
But it's hard to sort of imagine Davey, McDonald, Tippenwoody, and Menzies being in the same side. So I think one of these guys probably won't make the cut.
Okay, and Zach Reid.
Yeah, look, this is the interesting one, isn't it? You know, Brad Scott's talked a lot about how they're not going to rush players back. They're going to give them the best opportunity.
He's been running with that spiel.
He has. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think Zach Reid's played one game back in the VFL and he's now listed in the AFL side. I would be very surprised if he made it in. But, you know,
he's just playing games?
Look, there's a chance he could play.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a look at the Port Adelaide team. You know, you've got this beast in their forward line. I'm not sure we want to. Brandon's still recovering from last week's mental thrashing.
He is. So the theory is that Charlie Dixon, who I think you're talking about, he's going to come in and give him the same treatment as the Tomahawk last week. Now, Charlie Dixon, he's kind of he's big, but he's. Would you put him in the same? The same basket as the Tomahawk.
If you were scared of clean-cut, good guy Tom Hawkins,
which he is,
if he was intimidating you with that, beautiful hair that he has,
farmer wants a wife kind of vibe.
He's the
earthy,
perfect husband type, right?
Yes,
Tommy
that's
Hawkins.
Right. Yeah.
Then you've got Charlie Dixon.
Yeah.
I know which one would be turning my pants a different colour.
Right. Yeah. True.
So Charlie's an animal. I mean, he's a lovely guy. Don't get me wrong. From all reports,
you know that.
Yeah, he plays chess and likes red wine.
Does he?
But on the football field, he's an absolute animal. And I mean, to throw Brandon Zirk Thatcher up against him.
Is it the tattoos? Are you being judgmental about tattoos?
I mean, it does say something, right? It talks about the person. To be fair,
What does
it's not
say?
A tattoo of a kitten that he's got on his arm.
What has he got?
It's skulls, it's horror, it's
barbed
brimstone,
wire.
It's all of that stuff. So,
no, but you don't read too much into that these days.
Well, I do.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I mean, it's a personal choice, right? What would you put on your flesh? It sort of depicts your personality, how you want to be seen.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
So my point is, like Brandon Zirk Thatcher. He's no question he's going to be a little rattled after last week.
Yeah.
So maybe Reid is an option.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Just to provide some support down the back.
The Jason Horne-Francis, I mean, this kid I admire tremendously. I know a lot of people have been, bagging him because he pulled the stumps out at North Melbourne. I mean, to be honest, who wouldn't? Yeah. I mean...
Yeah.
Then if
you saw the writing on the wall?
If every North Melbourne player isn't thinking that, I'd be surprised, right?
Well, no, because, there was the Clarko factor. Everyone thought, maybe he can turn things around.
And now that's exactly why they probably all want to get out. So,
that hasn't proven...
Geez, we dodged a bullet with Alistair Clarkson,
do you think?
Yeah,
Really?
definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, look, we're
Isn't
not
it-
to talk. Well,
yeah, all right, okay. No, let's not digress,
But
because we do that anyway.
Jason Horne-Francis.
Yes.
The guy. You talked about tagging. You're quite a big fan of it.
I
Right?
am. I'm a huge fan of it. I think it's underrated.
Yeah.
And, this theory that it's, robbing Peter to pay Paul, I don't buy that for 1 second.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on Jason Horne-Francis? I mean, amongst their very good midfield, he certainly had a fantastic game last week.
He is.
so-
Well, it'll be interesting. Well, because Zach Merritt got tagged last week, and
Right.
he was
Yeah.
controlled.
Yeah.
Let's just say in his output. So I don't know. Will they be going up against each other? I don't know if Horn Francis is the need to tag him level just yet.
Okay.
I don't think
he
so.
had like 20
Right?
hard ball gets and clearances.
Yeah, he's had a couple of good games.
whatever.
Before that, he
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
he
Fair enough, okay.
was struggling a little.
So you're not a big fan of tagging after all.
Well, not all the time, just on a as needed basis.
So
All
if
right?
he was to be tagged,
Yes.
do you have any ideas who would do that job?
No, I don't. I'd leave that to you.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, let's move on. Look, we haven't talked about the outs. I know we're kind of all over the place
Right,
today.
okay, all
Yeah, Sammy Durham.
Yes,
he
that's
got
right.
wiped out for performing a Zach Merritt type brutal,
He did.
life-threatening tackle.
Here's my question: Why didn't they contest it?
Because he's Sam Durham. I mean, it's not Zach Merritt, for goodness sake.
So you think they just thought, all right, well, maybe we can.
Yeah,
maybe we
lawyers
can
are
live with it.
expensive, right?
But exactly. That's my point. I think it's $10,000.
Yeah.
So they're like weighing it up, going,
Captain,
have a week off.
one of the best players
Yeah.
in the league.
All right, fair
Must
enough.
have him in the side versus Sammy.
All right, okay. It's harsh, but possibly fair. But the fact is that let's line them up. Let's line them up weight-wise. Division. You got him. Who was he tackling?
Oh, Blitzards, I think
yeah,
it
that
was.
guy. He was much bigger,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I
so
mean,
it's like lightweight versus
yeah, I mean, it's like
the
that,
heavy one.
It's like
What's the heavy one?
that young guy from Love Island. Not Love Island. The one,
Love
the
Island?
plane, the little guy.
Tattoo.
Oh,
my God, that reference,
Taking-
David. That reference. That reference.
Okay, so let's just have a look at what else. So what do you think? How are we going to go? What are our chances
I'm hopeful.
after that very deep analytical breakdown of our game plan?
I'm hopeful. I'm actually
Yeah.
hopeful. I'm thinking like Charlie Dixon. Yep, he's massive, but put him down for 1 goal fall. I don't think it's going to be the same sort of haul as a tomahawk, right? They've got Todd Marshall coming back in. I'm more worried about him because than Charlie Dixon.
Yeah.
So
That's
I think
fair comment.
I think
Fair
it'll be the
comment.
Dons by 13 points.
I've got to say, I feel pretty positive about this game. I think a lot of lessons have been learned in the last 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm sure coach and players have been looking at the games that they've lost and
reckon?
going,
Studying the video?
What do we have to do? And I'm sure they've got a plan for Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide are due. I mean, they've been on a pretty good run. I think they've won their last 4 games. So,
Oh yeah, they're on a roll. You reckon they're due? They're due for a loss.
well, I mean, if there's such a thing.
Yes.
I mean, if there's such a thing. But,
Of course there's a thing.
In the footballing world, they're due.
oh yeah. No, I'm a big believer.
Little
in
bit
that.
of, is it a little bit of rain forecast? I think in
Oh,
Adelaide
is there?
over the weekend.
Oh, is there?
So that,
Oh,
that
really?
didn't seem to hurt us against Melbourne
Yeah, okay.
when we were playing over there in the gather round.
Yeah, I'm actually missing the first 1 or 2 quarters. I'm on the Bunnings sausage sizzle stand. Can you believe that?
Don't you have a radio?
A wireless.
Are
No,
you
you're not
allowed to?
allowed. Have you ever worked one of those? It is frenetic.
No, I've had a hot dog from there. Absolutely horrible.
The queues are never ending. They're very popular. You might call them.
Who gets the money for that?
Well, it's for the kids.
Yeah, really?
Apparently.
You sure?
Apparently.
Okay, so I'm going to go Bombers by 26 points.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I feel very, very good
I haven't
about
seen
this
you
one.
this bullish
Yeah.
in some time.
No, because I don't think we're going to lose 3 games in a
Yeah.
row. I think Brad Scott has built in a little more strength of character in this
Right.
side. And I think if we can get in front early, the Bombers have got a pretty decent chance in this game. So,
Yeah.
well, obviously, 26 points. So, 4 goals
All right.
plus.
Okay.
That's for me.
All right. Okay. Thanks for watching.
Thank
Let's
you.
hope. We'll talk to you on the other
See
side.
you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.